We already had one summer heat wave come through the region. It's pretty hot this week as well, and I'm sure there's more to come. So with that in mind, one of the most important items in your home during these heat waves is your air conditioner. Jason Agnew caught up with Dee and Dick about how to keep your air conditioner in the best possible shape to keep you cool all summer long.
Well, I think the first thing you want to do is make sure that your furnace filter is clean. It's always a good idea to check it at the beginning of the spring and make sure it's a new filter or at least clean. It's probably the easiest way to help your AC run smooth, and probably one of the most overlooked and cost-effective ways to do it. It may seem obvious as well. Before you start your air conditioner at the beginning of the year, you're going to want to make sure that you remove all the debris around it. If there's things like leaves and dirt, things of that nature. If you see, insect infestations or nests, anything like that around it, you might want to clear that away. Check for obvious signs of damage to the wiring around the unit. Make sure, you don't have bushes or trees that are like right up against the unit as well. You want to have about, 12 to 18 inches at least around the unit to make sure it can breathe and make sure that, it can exhaust the hot air that it's trying to get rid of and bring in the fresh air that it needs to, operate properly and do its job.
All right, now I want to talk a bit about the furnace fan, because on a home thermostat, there are three settings. You have off, you have on, you have auto. I've seen many a viral video, especially this year, telling people to leave that fan on at all times. I'm curious, as an expert, is that a good practice and why?
You know what? It is in most cases a good practice. One of the reasons is it makes your house more comfortable, especially if you have multiple levels. It's going to keep that air, it's going to keep it circulating throughout the house, and it's going to keep the temperatures just more even. Another good reason for it is indoor air quality. So if you have a good quality furnace filter, that air is always going to be filtered, and with allergies and all the other things that go along with our climate these days, having a good filter and having that fan run consistently all the time is just going to promote good indoor air quality as well. It can be a little bit more expensive on your energy bill, but with most furnaces these days, they have what's called a ECM motor or a DC fan motor. It's just a very energy efficient motor, and it's basically 100 watts to run it for the whole day. So you're really, the equivalent of a 100-watt light bulb, and you have your fan running for the whole day.
Now, you mentioned changing the filter at the beginning of the season, which even I'm capable of changing the filter. I can do that. I know how to do it. But beyond that, that's like my limit. And I'm curious when it comes down to that, like how often do you recommend people getting their entire HVAC service, so the air conditioner and the furnace and all of that, having a professional come in to do something?
Well, I recommend it twice a year, once in the spring, once in the fall. But, it's going to be up to people's budget as well. And of course, today we have to be really, everybody is on a budget, and you may not be able to afford having a professional come in 2 times a year. But, once a year is good as well. If you can have them maybe 1 year come and do the furnace and the next year do the air conditioner, that's definitely better than nothing. But if your budget allows it, if you can have somebody come in the spring and do a check over on your AC, and also a professional come in the fall and do the check over on your furnace, that's the ideal situation.
All right, I gotta talk worst case scenario with you now. And a lot of people may turn on their air conditioner. Immediately they have issues. That first heat wave hits and it's like, oh no, it's not working properly. You call the service person, they come in, they're probably delayed because everyone else is calling them as well. But I'm curious, in your opinion, how do you decide whether to repair an air conditioner or to outright replace it? Are there certain factors?
You know what? I would say my best advice here is to consider the age of the unit. So if the age of the unit is between 10 and 15 years, and maybe the repair bills are getting a little bit expensive, maybe the energy bills are getting a little bit expensive, it might be time to consider replacing it. If it's not even 10 years old yet and you can get away with repairing it, that might be the better move. But I always suggest, your HVAC professional, your technician can really go over the options with you and help you decide, what's the best way to go forward. it may be better to do the repair and maybe get a few more years out of your unit, or it may be better to replace the unit, get a more efficient unit, a unit with a new warranty, that type of thing.